guys, let's continue with the introduction of the Parthenon. What is actually the Parthenon? So, the Parthenon basically is a former temple on the Athenian Acropolis, Greece that was dedicated to the goddess Athena during the 5th century. Its decorative sculptures are considered some of the high points of the classical Greek art and enduring symbol of ancient Greece democracy and Western civilization. Parts of the Parthenon are still standing, although they are partially in ruins. Archaeologists are currently working to reinforce and restore parts of the structure. Today, the Parthenon is empty. However, it originally held a large ivory and gold statue of Athena called the Athena Parthenos. Next up, let me tell you about the history of the Parthenon. The Parthenon was built in thanksgiving for the Hellenic victory of the Persian Empire invaders during the Greco-Persian Wars. Like most Greek temples, the Parthenon also served as the city treasury. Construction started in 447 BC, completed in 428 BC, and the decoration continued until 432 BC. For a time, it served as the treasury of the Delian League, which later became the Athenian Empire. In the final decade of the 6th century AD, the Parthenon was converted into a Christian church dedicated to the Virgin Mary. After the Ottoman conquest in the mid-15th century, it became a mosque. In the Mauryan War, a Venetian bomb landed on the Parthenon, which the Ottomans had used as a munitions dump. The resulting explosion severely damaged the Parthenon. From 1800 to 1803, the seventh Earl of Elgin took down some of the surviving sculptures, now known as the Elgin marbles, which, although he had the permission of the Ottoman government, has subsequently become controversial. The Parthenon replaced an older temple of Athena, which historians call the Pre-Parthenon or Older Parthenon, that was demolished in the Persian invasion of 480 BC. Since 1975, numerous large-scale restoration projects have been undertaken to preserve remaining artifacts and ensure its structural integrity. The Parthenon combines elements of the Doric and Ionic orders. Basically, a Doric peritoral temple, it features a continuous sculpted frieze borrowed by the Ionic order, as well as four Ionic columns supported the roof of the opisthedemus. As we can see, here are some pictures of the Parthenon sketch with its detail. Move on to the next subject, properties. The Parthenon is a peripteral octastyle Doric temple with Ionic architectural features. It stands on a platform or stylobed of 3 steps. In common with other Greek temples, it is of post and lintel construction and is surrounded by columns carrying an entablature. Here is comparison between the Parthenon then and now.
Here we're going to find the length between every pool. We have radius which is 0.95 meter. To get the diameter, we must multiply the radius with 2. So 0.95 meter multiplied with 2 equal to 1.9 meter. Since there are 17 pools, we must multiply the diameter with 17. 1.9 meter multiplied with 17 equal to 32.3 meter. Now we have the length of the side which is 69.51 meter. We need to subtract with the total diameter. 69.51 meter subtract with 32.3 equal to 37.21 meter. 37.21 meter is the total length between pool. To get the length between pool, we need to divide 37.21 by 16. So the answer is 2.3256 meter.
Our next application is application of geometry in sport, which is football. I will start with the history of football. Football is modern origin began in England more than 100 years ago, in 1863. Rugby football and association football was the same thing when their separate way, and the Football Association, the first official governing body for the sport, was established. Records show that in 1314, the Lord Mayor of London banned football in the city due to it causing chaos. Despite opposition for the king, football thrived in Britain from 8th to 19th centuries. However, a standardized version of the game was still a rarity, as regional versions of the game favored. These different versions of the game were knitted up to eventually become association football, rugby football, and Gaelic football, all of which contributed to the contemporary equivalent of the game we play today. Even though the official rules of modern football were dictated in 1863, when the Football Association was established, the specifications of the ball were not standardized for another 8 years. 8 years after it was founded, the Football Association had established 15 member clubs. That is when, 1872, the FA Cup was born, with the first championship in the works by 1888. Even though the official rules of modern football were dictated in 1863, when the Football Association was established, the specifications of the ball were not standardized for another 8 years. 8 years after it was founded, the Football Association had established 15 member clubs. That is when, 1872, the FA Cup was born, with the first championship in the works by 1888. The Fédération Internationale de Football, which is FIFA, was established in Paris in 1904. Its founding members include Belgium, France, Denmark, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, and also Switzerland. By the 1950s, after the Second World War, there were more than 73 FIFA members. I will move to the general information of football. Football is played between two slides of 11 players with a spherical ball. Football is one of the most popular sports in the world. Like any other ball game, the objective of football is to outscore your opponents. A goal is scored when the entire ball crosses the goal line between the goal posts. A draw is when both teams score the same amount of goals during the allotted time. Next, I will move to mathematical calculation of the football field. Our group has chosen Sekolah Kebangsaan Padang Terap Field for calculation. First of all, I would like to calculate the center circle of the field. As we can see, there is a center circle of any field of football. I would like to calculate the area of this center circle. That is given the radius of the center circle from the center spot, which is 7 meters. To calculate the area, first we need to come up with the formula of the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. After we already come up with the formula, we need to put the amount of radius into the formula. And then we calculate them and get 153.94 meters squared for the area of center circle. Next, I can also calculate the penalty box and goal box of the field. The first one I will I will start with the penalty box. Put the amount base and height in the formula. For the base, which is 31 meter, and for the height, 13.5 meter. We calculate them by 31 meter times 13.5 meter, which we can get 418.5 meters square for the area of the penalty box. For the goal box, we use the same formula. To find the base of the goal box, we need to minus 31 with 8.5 times 2, and then times 4 to find the area, which is we can get 56 meters square. Then I can find the area of half field. The formula I use is 1 over 2 times base times height. The base of the field is 73, meanwhile the height of the field is 52. Put this information into the formula, then we will get 1,898 meters square for the area of half field. The last calculation is find the area of the whole field. For the formula, we use the same formula which is base times height. We already know the base of the field is 73, meanwhile the height of the field is 52. We put the amount into the formula, which is 73 times 52, and we will get 3,796 meters square for the area of the whole field.
For the conclusion, I could conclude that there are many calculations involved when we talk about application of geometry in our life. Even though the formula might seem simple, it still includes in application of geometry. We also conclude that when we need to apply the application of geometry in our life, we must know the fact in order to do the calculation. Last but not least, we can say that in geometry, there are many ways for us to get the answer, as long as you understand the concept of the thing that you need to define.